when you share with employees about how you help the end user, the pet owner, as well as the vets, are there sort of like archetypal stories that you share that capture that?
The most archetypal story here, at least in my mind, is the story of my first inspiration about starting a generic drug company for pets, which involved an old cat of mine who'd been rescued from a shelter. So we had an old cat named Dude, and Dude had been adopted from an animal shelter in East New York, and my husband at the time and I went to adopt one cat, and we came home with two cats because this cat Dude was just so sorry looking that clearly no one else would adopt him, and clearly he would be euthanized, and we just felt sorry for him. And when he first came home, he was the most terrified cat. You know, he obviously had had something terrible in his life, and he was severely underweight, and he spent most of his time hiding in the back of a cabinet by the dishwasher where it was warm. He didn't even come out. And he turned into the most wonderful, loyal member of our family. He would go for walks with me when my son was little. He slept with my son. He sat next to him on his dictionary when he was a little guy and a little bit of a sloppy eater, and Dude would reach out with his very dexterous paws and very gently sweep a little piece of scrambled egg over to his side and eat it. So as Dude got old, he, as is common in many older kitties, he developed hyperthyroidism. And he had to have medication initially once a day, and as he got older his condition worsened and he had to have it twice a day. It cost $30 a month for the cat, and the medication had to be split in two, which wasn't easy, and I had to get the pill in Dude, which also wasn't easy. And I just thought, I did some homework. Being in the generic drug industry, I knew how to think about developing drugs, and I thought there should be a cat formulation of this that is the right dosing for this little animal, that is palatable so he'll want to take it on his own and not require me to stuff it down his poor little throat, and that is affordable for people who can't afford $30 a month, or later on it was $60 a month for my cat. So that was really the genesis of thinking about the opportunity and the crying need for a generic drug company that would develop drugs for pets, and a company that would solve some of the dosing issues in cats, which are a very underserved market. Even the big pharma animal health companies, they don't develop many drugs for cats.
How come?
It's very challenging to develop drugs for cats. They're difficult animals to work with. They don't necessarily voluntarily take anything. There's tremendous variability amongst the species, so it's hard to test in them. And even though there are more cats than dogs as pets in the United States, people tend to get their cats from shelters or from friends who have kittens. They don't spend money on them. So the average expenditure on a cat annually to take the cat to the vet is much less. So the big pharma animal health companies tend to be looking for big opportunities, and they focus on dogs.
Gotcha.
So as a small company, we see a big opportunity in cats, and I am in particular a cat lover, and since that experience with my old but dearly beloved cat, I've seen that cats have needs that aren't being met.